Welcome to Albany Regional Museum's Formal Table Setting 101, Part 3, Table Etiquettes. Now, my invitation did not say RSVP regrets only, so I RSVP'd promptly because I know how important it is for my host and hostess to know how many guests to expect, because they have to purchase food, prepare food, and they want to know how many table settings to set on the table. Now, it would be very thoughtful to bring an appreciation gift of some sort. Something small, perhaps a jar of homemade jam or jelly, maybe some candles with a ribbon on it. A most common gift is a bottle of wine or even a small bouquet of fresh flowers. But keep in mind, if you choose fresh flowers, we don't want our host and hostess to have to be scurrying around finding something to put them in. So any small gift that you think might be appreciated would be appropriate. I have chosen a magnetic pad, a magnet on the back for the refrigerator and 2 magnets on the bottom. I thought they might like to start a running list for their next formal dinner. Now, I've looked around on the table. I want to know where I'm going to be setting. I see there's a name tag here, and it says guest. Well, look at there. I'm guest. So, I think this is my place setting. I'm going to place this on the left-hand side so that the other guests at the table know that this setting has been taken. Now that everybody has found their place at the table, the first thing that you would do is you would unfold your napkin. But I'm going to take a moment before I unfold this beautiful standing fan and tell you that Leonardo da Vinci is credited for inventing the napkin in 1491. Unfortunately, it took 2 centuries before it really caught on, and that's simply because people didn't know what to do with the napkin. Today, the napkin is indispensable. You might use the napkin to dab the corners of your mouth. Should you need to sneeze or cough, turn away from the table and your guests. Achoo! But please do not blow your nose on the napkin, and ladies, please be careful not to get your lipstick on the napkin. Should you need to leave the table before the meal is over, just lightly fold your napkin and put it on the seat of your chair. But never return the napkin to the table until the meal is completely over. Perhaps one of the most common ways we use a napkin is like a small tablecloth. We spread it across our lap. So should we happen to spill a piece of food or something on our lap, the napkin should catch it and help keep our clothes clean, in addition to help with keeping the table clean. Oh, look, I've got red wine. My host and hostess just asked me if I had any dietary restrictions, and I said no. But I know the basic fallback rule is red wine, red meat, white wine, chicken or fish. So many of my friends are plant-based now, so that wouldn't apply. So they say red wine, red sauce, white wine, white sauce. On the other hand, others say it's like a relationship and opposites complement each other. So, who knows? What I do know is if you hang on to your glass underneath the bottom of it like this, you're going to warm the contents of what's in that glass. So the rule is simply hang on to the stem. Now, if it feels a little unstable, I like to put my pinky underneath the bottom, and that really does help. Now, it would be very nice to make a toast. So if you decide to make a toast, let's keep it short and simple, such as to friends, to the evening, to our gracious host and hostess. Now to go on and on would be considered burning the toast. Now if you'll notice, my wine glass is about half full, and that's to allow head space so that we can swirl our wine. When we swirl our wine, we're getting oxygen into that wine, and that's helping the aroma to come out and also enhance the taste. Now another way to enhance the taste is to pretend like you are sucking on a straw and drawing in air, such as this. So when you take a sip, pretend like you're sucking on a straw, but don't get in a hurry to swallow it. See if you can identify any of the tastes in the wine. Our soup has arrived. So you want to get your soup spoon. It'll be the one on the outside, and it'll be larger than the one beside it. So when you eat your soup, you always scoop away from yourself. There's a little rhyme that'll help you remember that. As ships go out to sea, I scoop away from me. So as your soup gets lower in your bowl, you can go ahead and tilt your bowl forward. So as the ships go out to sea, I scoop away from me. Delicious. After you finish your soup bowl and your spoon will be removed from the table. I'm also going to send my salad fork in addition, because I've decided just to have soup today. Now my host and hostess did not know that I wanted just soup, so they put both a fork and a spoon on the table. Oh, here comes a bowl from my left. Let's see what's in it. Oh, I could smell them, and they're warm. The cloth helps keep them warm. Aren't those beautiful muffins? I think I will have this one right here on the top. I'll put it on my bread plate. Now, if you can have a vision of a clock in your mind, and clockwise, the clock hands go this direction. But when you are passing food at the table, we go counterclockwise. So I'm going to pass this to my right, which would be that person's left shoulder. And the reason we do that is like traffic control. We don't want a bowl coming from this direction and have a collision in the middle. Now, I heard that the salad was absolutely delicious, and the guests beside me would like to give me a taste. That is acceptable. However, it's not acceptable to eat directly from their utensil, nor eat from their plate, and let's try not to put it on our dinner plate. But we have an option, our bread plate. That would make the perfect thing to get a sample. So I'll just pass this to them. They'll put some food on it for me, and I'll be able to taste that delicious salad. Here comes our main dish from the left side. Doesn't that look lovely? I'm really hungry. I'm going to remove my fork from the tablecloth. Now, every time you remove a utensil from the tablecloth, you never put it back on the tablecloth. So if you want to rest your fork, you can rest it on the side of the charger if you have one. If you don't, you can simply rest it on the side of the plate. The same would be true for a knife. If I needed it to cut something, I would just put it at the top of the plate and rest it right there. Now, after you reach a point where you had enough and you've decided not to eat anymore, you need to give that signal and let your host or hostess know you're done eating. The way we do that is by placing our knife. Visualize this is a clock right here. We would place our knife at 20 after the bottom of the knife and 10 till at the top. We can go ahead and do the same thing on our bread plate. Our fork can just fit right in here, and the spoon, even though I didn't use it, I'm going to put it there because it helps make it more convenient when they clear the table. Now this is the time that your napkin comes out and it is returned to the table, signaling I am done. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you happen to have missed part 1 or part 2, or you want to review it, you can go to Albany Regional Museum. On their website, you'll find videos there to fine dining.